All right, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I have some problems, right? Because I'm still going through it. I have some problems with my PC for some reason. I don't know if it's my internet or if it's my PC itself. I'm assuming it has to just be my internet. I don't think anything's wrong with my PC settings or anything. I stream was literally working yesterday. So I'm not sure why I had a problem connecting to the stream. So we're just gonna do this today like this. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna have one of my friends who optimizes PCs, go over my stuff and make sure everything is set correctly. So hopefully it's nothing major. So um, give me a few minutes here. Probably should have just started the recording when everybody was ready to join the Discord and stuff like that. But I'm gonna give it a few minutes. It's 7:07 now. We'll give it 3 minutes. Not 3 minutes. I'll give it a few minutes, like a minute or two. Have people join the Discord. If they don't join, then we'll go on with the recording and we'll just go over the pairs. I am gonna start going over MT4 first, right? Again, I still use MT4, and yesterday's class is a prime example as to why. We did fix the issue that we had on TradingView, so it's fine now. But still, for me personally, I still enjoy using MT4 at least. Just looking at what the daily moves look like, right? When we're marking our daily moves, the 4 hour and the daily, or the daily time frame, the 30 minute and the 4 hour. Everything just looks super clean on MT4 compared to TradingView. I love using TradingView to, use the path, make my lines, make my boxes, because everything is better when it looks like that on TradingView. But the day-to-day moves, the weekly moves and the monthly moves, a little bit different. I'm trying to look for the chat like I'm waiting for people to type something. My bad. I forgot I was recording. Kind of. Still, yeah, I'm telling you, man. When I'm sick, this shit is it's chalked, man. My brain fog, like yesterday, brain fog is real. All right, we're just gonna start. So we'll start off with AU on MT4, right? Again, we know, we understand that AU is in a downtrend, right? We're in A2. We're looking for level 3 going down. We're looking for a new low to be made. Who joins? Oh, what's good, my brother? What's good, my brother? If How are you, man? Been pretty good. My PC kind of took a shit, so I don't know why it's not letting me stream, but we'll just do it like this today for now, and then I'll upload the recording later today.
No worries.
All right. If you have any questions, just feel free to just stop me and ask, or you could type it in the chat if it's easier.
All right, no worries.
All right, man.
You can go ahead.
So we'll start off here on MT4, right? So on AU, my bad, give me 2 seconds. Again, we're in A2, right? So we understand we're looking for a new low to be made, right? A new overall low to be made, and another push to the bottom side. Going down to the 4 hour, we have 2 weeks of drop. This week, haven't gotten a new low yet, a new low yet, so we're still expecting that. Give me 1 second. So now that we know we have 2 weeks of drop, right, and we could be expecting this week to make a new low, right? Yesterday was a perfect entry, right? I couldn't wake up yesterday. Last night I still felt, and this morning I still felt pretty bad, so I missed out on a lot of these entries. Um, but there was a lot of confluence here for us as to why we would be looking for an entry, and I'll break this one down pretty quick, just so we could all be on the same page, right? So previous to today, we had 2 days of rise, right? After 2 days of rise, we understand that we are looking for a new high to be made, to then start looking for the push to continue going down, right? Not only were we looking for that third day high to be made to then push down, we also had the 800 EMA close by to our price. So we also understand that price has to respect the 800 EMA, right? Not only that, the 9:30 candle, if I'm not mistaken, this was 9 o'clock. I forgot how time 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so 10:30 candle. As you guys could see, it opened and it left a gap down here. Right, this was a small confirmation for us to tell us like, all right, price might start going down. Right, price is gonna go down today, cover that gap up at least. Right, knowing that we also need a third week low, right, which is what we have this red line here for, and we have a 30-minute gap at the opening of the week as well. So as soon as we started seeing higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, boom, change of character, right? That could have been the first confirmation, just a little retest of the zone to continue going down, right? So AU was a pretty nice one. So this is still one I'm going to be looking at for today and the rest of the week. I am expecting a new low to be made, so we still have a few more pips to go here. Right, USD CAD, and I'm not going to do a whole breakdown like that on MT4. I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page. So USD CAD V2 looking for another push to the top side. We have 2 days of rise, today being the third day, right? Today meaning Thursday's opening. We already have a new high, which is the wicks that were made. Right, at the end of the day, if price would have finished on a pullback and finished down here, this would have been ideal for us. We could have looked for an entry, to start the day today, to then continue going up to make a new high. But we already made a new high. Price is already still at the high of the day, so I'm not really interested in looking at USD CAD. Euro CAD, we have 3 days of rise. Today was the third day. We are at the bottom of the second zone of consolidation. So we are where we want to be at. But our move is already done for the day. Right? For the week, I should say. We already have 3 days of rise. After 3 days, we already know what we could be expecting. We're either expecting a drop today or we're expecting a no net. If price decides to continue to go up, that's fine. We'll catch a continuation. Right? And then we'll go over that in the break of structures and change of characters over on TradingView. Euro USD, another one. We're in level 2 going up, right? V1, bottom of consolidation, looking for safety trades. Euro USD again, another one that had 2 days of rise, which was Monday, Tuesday. Then today, Wednesday, gave us a new high. As soon as we got a new high that was made, right? Just with the wick, price started to go down. Higher high, low, lower high, change of character, lower high to continue going down. Now, am I going to continue looking at this one? Yes. And why is that? We have 3 days of rise, right? After the 3 days of rise, we know market's either going to give us a no net or a drop. But in this case, on the third day of rise, we got a rise drop. So today we could be looking for a variation of price giving us 3 days of rise, and on the 4th day, we'll get another day of rise. So I am expecting price to turn around here. Overall, we're still respecting the higher highs and higher lows in the internal structure, right? At one point we were lower low, lower high, lower low, then made a higher high, higher low, higher high, to this push down here. So waiting to see if price wants to break above this point of interest here. MC4, I'm gonna use the candle closures instead of the wicks, but we'll look at that differently on TradingView. So if price could break above here and continue trending to the top side, then we'll have a free entry today. Right, the only thing that turns me off on Euro USD is the 800 EMA. Right, knowing that price has to respect the 800 EMA, I'm not really expecting price to just shoot through it the way it shot through here, right, which was last week when there was a news day. So going on to GJ, no continuation, right, and where we're at in the overall pattern, we're in peak high territory, so I'm not going to be touching this one right now. GU, we are in the second level, right? Looking for a push to the top side, waiting to see when price wants to give us a change of character. Right, we're downtrending the entire time, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, gave us a change of character, and now we're right back down on the retest. Right, waiting to see what price wants to do. No continuations in the 4 hour. Here in the 30-minute now, we have 2 days of drop. Could we be expecting a new low to be made? The new low was already made today. The opening candle, which was 5 p.m., right, already made a new low that was set for today. So we're gonna keep an eye on GU for sure, waiting to see. Pretty much the same situation as Euro USD, right? If we could get price to break above this neckline, then we could be expecting price to continue to go up. Imagine I didn't press the record button. No, I checked it, we're good. Okay. Next one, gold. Almost done, only missing like 2 or 3 more pairs. Gold right now we have 2 days of rise, but let's see where we're at in the overall pattern. right? For this one I don't have it kind of marked up, but should be like this, right? There's two ways we could view this, right? We could view this in a way where this is a double bottom, this is push 1, right? This is push 2 all the way to the top, and this is just part of the consolidation to continue going up, right? But right now price is still respecting the daily and the 4-hour zones, and we'll see those in the on trading view. So for now we have 2 days of rise. Could we be expecting a third day? Absolutely. Could we also, be looking for price to just give us a push to the top to then continue to go down? Absolutely. And the reason we could be expecting that, we still have a 30-minute gap that started off last week. So knowing that we still have a gap down here, we could still be expecting price to come down to cover the gap before it makes whatever move it wants to make. So that's what we're waiting for. US 30, 2 days of drop going into the daily time frame, right? We're in peak high territory still. At one point, this was our first zone of consolidation, and as you can see, price just went right back up to the peak high territory. So at this point, we're just waiting it out, waiting to see what price wants to do. We do have 2 months of drop. This month being the third month already gave us a new low. So price doesn't have to really continue going down yet. Right, in the 4-hour time frame, we still no continuation. And 30-minute time frame, we have 2 days to drop. Today being the third day, right, on Thursday, already gave us that new low. So we'll wait this one out, see what NYC gives us. Bitcoin still holding, still good. All right, we have no net and a drop, no continuations. At one point we did have 2 days of rise, and then yesterday, or what day was this? Monday? I don't even know what day is today. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, on Monday. On Monday we were expecting that third day, but didn't get it. We just got a no net instead. And then today we got a day of drop. And I think that's the last one here, yeah. So then now we'll switch over to trading view. And now we're looking at our zones. Give me 1 second, let me check something. Alright, so starting on AU now. Right now that we're on trading view, we'll start looking at daily time frame, then we'll switch over to the 4 and the 30-minute. Right, so still here in the daily time frame, we're still at this low point. Right, price hasn't tapped into our daily zone. It's kind of just in the daily time frame we can see new lows and new lower lows and lower highs are still being made, right? But we're kind of still stuck within the range. Right, so now I'm going down to the 4-hour, right, which the 4-hour now is the blue lines and the blue boxes, right? Our blue zones is a 4-hour, white is a daily, and red is a 30-minute time frame. Right here in the 4-hour, we can see where price starts making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal low, right, to where we're at now. 30-minute time frame. Right, at one point when we were in the 4-hour zone, it respected the 4-hour zone and we started going up, gave us a nice change of character. 3 pushes to the top side as well to where we're at now. Right, 800 EMA as soon as we got the 3 days of rise. Right, so here let's update this. Right, on the third day we got a rise drop. Right, so what could we be expecting? Well, this is a downtrend, so I'm not even gonna put it as a I'm not gonna put it as a rise drop. Since we're in a downtrend, I'm just gonna put it as a drop. Right, at the end of the third day, we ended up getting a change of character. Right, waiting to see what price wants to do now. If price respects this 30-minute zone that we're in right now and continues to push up, that's fine. Right, another point of interest that we have for a potential pullback down into our zones to continue the downtrend is the first or the last green candle before the push. Right, or we have this top zone over here, but at this point, right, also just looking at ADR, once price goes up here, right, our STP ADR is hit, so I wouldn't be looking for a trade up here at this point. Right, so if price ends up breaking below our 30-minute zone, look something like this. We'll look for a retest and an entry to continue going down. Alright, so this is something that I'm looking for on AUD USD, right? And where my TP would be, it would be at the low of the week from last week to make a new third week low. And also my first point of interest is going to be the closure of the gap, right? So we already know what we're supposed to be looking at on AU. EuroCAD, as you can see, already gave us 3 days of rise. After 3 days, I'm either expecting price to give us a no net or a drop, right? But at this point, we know that we're trading between this low and this high. If price breaks above this 30-minute zone, we could expect price to go into our 4-hour zone, right? And if we switch over to our 4-hour zone, right, we start seeing the 4-hour moves: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher low, right? Because at this point we had lower low, higher high, which gave us a change of character, higher low. So if price now breaks above this 4-hour zone and gives us a break of structure, so then it'll look something like this, where price breaks, retest. This is when we'll start looking for another opportunity to enter to continue going long. So at this point, I'm either looking for price to give us a pullback to go back into our zones to look for another entry down here, or I'm looking for another entry on EuroCAD at the break and retest of these highs. Euro USD, looking for price to go up again. We'll go into the daily time frame. Right, bottom of our consolidation, we're looking for those safety trades. Right, at this point, we could still see price in a higher time frame make lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs until where we're at now. 4-hour time frame, again, we could see lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. We gave it a change of character, which then gave us this 4-hour zone at the top and this 4-hour zone here at the bottom. And you can see price right now is just in the middle of that zone. So same situation as EuroCAD, right? We had 3 days of rise. The only difference now is that this third day gave us a rise drop, right? So could we be expecting a 4th day rise to continue going up? Absolutely. That's something that we could be looking for, right? And what I'm looking for is waiting to see if price wants to break above this neckline, right? Because we're still lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If price gives us a change of character, right, and a nice retest, then we could be looking for a potential pullback. Right, that's a little more aggressive. We could be looking for, the change of character and a break of structure to then look for that entry to continue going up. Depends on how price wants to look. We'll take a look at that. 1 second, guys. So that was Euro USD, right? GJ, going to the daily time frame. This is one that we know is in peak high territory. Right, yeah, we're still in peak high territory, but we're still respecting the overall structures, which is higher highs and higher lows. Right, at one point we were getting a pullback, which was here in the 4-hour zone, which we could see lower lows, lower highs again, up until this point where we had a lower low, change of character gave us a higher high. So again, now we're trading between this low and this high. But now you're asking, oh, why wouldn't you have this 4-hour zone here at the bottom? Right, looking at how GJ's been trading and how it's been moving, I'm not really calculating these huge wick movements here, right? So what I'm looking at this point is just, all right, if price decides to come back down to this wick down here, we understand that it could be a gap that's just being filled, and we're just filling that before price goes right back up to the top side, right? So at this point, I'm just looking at where candle closures are and where's price kind of just respecting, right? And at this point, this is where price is respecting, and then again we have another wick, right, that respected the zone, and at this green candle, right, was an opening candle for another week that ended up opening as a gap. So if this low is respected and continues to go up and gives us a change of character at that point, then we know that that's going to be a strong zone, right? And then not only that, we go into our 30-minute zone, right? And what could we see? Same situation, right? We're stuck in a zone. We're stuck in a consolidation zone, right? Price is just ranging. It's not really trending at all. It's throwing wicks, it's throwing gaps, it's doing whatever it needs to do to take people out in and out of trades, right? At this point, everybody who thought price is going to continue to melt because it was below our 30-minute zones, right, below our previous lows, making lower lows and lower highs, trapped you, right? Made you believe that price is going to continue to go down, and then instead it went up. Right, so no continuation. We had a no net on Tuesday. They have dropped today. Waiting to see what price wants to do. Since we're in the middle of the range, am I taking an entry here? No. At this point, I'm either waiting for price to break above our zone or below our zone. If it breaks below our zone, then we look for sells. If it breaks above, we'll look for these buys to go and continue to go up. But for now, GJ, I'm just going to skip on it. Right, GU is in the same boat. Right, the only difference with GJ and GU, as you can see, is that GU is at the bottom of the zone. Right, so again, if GU respects these lows the same way it did yesterday and the same way it did on Monday, then we know we could look for these buys, right? But what am I looking for once we get into the zone? I'm looking for a change of character and a break of structure in the lower time frame. So GU, same situation, but we'll go to the daily time frame and we can see where we're at. All right, we're in V1, looking for level 2 to continue going up. Right, we're at the bottom of consolidation, so it's a good zone to be in. Waiting to see what price wants to do though. Once we get out of this range, we'll know exactly what price wants to do. We're almost done, guys. We're only missing 2 more pairs after US 30. US 30, it's in a great spot right now. Right, going into the daily time frame again, what are we looking for? Right, at one point, right, which is still where we're at, but we'll break it down. At one point, we were in the first zone of consolidation, looking for level 2 to continue going down. But instead of it going down and continuing the downtrend, right, it started making lower lows, lower high, higher low, boom, change of character, higher high. And we're still trading between now this low, well technically this low and this high. Right, now going into the 4-hour zone, same thing. Right, here we can see where price was trending up, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then here we got a change of character. Now going into the 30-minute zone, there's a lot of lines here. I know. Let me hide the 4-hour and the daily here. Be a little bit more clean. Oh man, that I'd updated this. I probably did, but gracias. Give me 1 minute. Let me Okay. So here in the 30-minute zone, right? We don't have any. We have two days of drop, right? But am I expecting a third day of drop? Am I expecting price to continue going down on this one? To be honest with you, no. But why is the reason for that? We'll go back into the 4-hour and the daily zone, right? We understand that in the 4-hour we had a change of character, right? Could we say this is a significant pullback here and we can mark this as a BOS and this is just a retest of the zone to continue going up? Technically speaking, we can, right? Because if we're looking at our pips and we're looking at how much this pullback was, right, it is a significant pullback, but it's kind of in that same zone, right? This change of character kind of didn't really break above. It was just like these testing candles here. So I honestly wouldn't even mark this as a change of character. I would say this entire move here until these green candles was a change of character, right? So technically speaking, right now these would be very aggressive entries, which is why I'm not really a fan of taking an entry here. I would much rather wait. Yes, we have a 4-hour zone as well that's in the 30-minute, right? So we do have some type of strength to work towards, but right now everything is looking down, right? If we're looking at the EMAs, all of them are looking down besides 800. 800 is actually looking sideways. Right, if we're looking at price action from just the previous 2 days, obviously still making lower lows and lower highs. At one point we thought price was going to break above the 4-hour zone, and as you can see, it wicked it, right? It just tested the zone, faked everybody out, and then continued to downtrend. So I wouldn't feel comfortable taking a trade here and be like, oh yeah, this would be a really good spot, right? No, we understood that US 30 had a 30-minute gap here, right? We understood that price had to come back down and cover that gap. So at this point in our checklist, that's exactly what we needed to see. The first thing we wanted to see before we start looking for buys again is for this gap to be filled. Right, now that this gap is filled, our next trajectory that we have to look for is now looking for a change of character and a BOS in the lower time frame. So that would be here in the 30-minute. right? We still have lower lows, lower highs, making a lower low now. Waiting to see if this lower low is going to be set by making another lower high, and at that point, right, what are we looking for? I'm going to draw exactly what we're looking for. We're looking at this right now, lower low, lower high, to where we're at now, lower low. Right, if this lower low is set by another lower high and we make a higher low, we'll have a higher high, change of character, higher low, higher high, BOS, retest. That'll be the entry to continue going up, right? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something like this to happen in the charts to then continue to go up. Until then, I'm not entering a trade. I will leave this here for tomorrow. Let me just change the color. So we're almost done. We're missing gold and Bitcoin. So gold going into a daily time frame again, right? At this point, we could say that we could say that we could see two things happening here on gold, right? We could either see, the double bottom again, push one, right? Push two. This could be part of the second zone of consolidation to continue going up, right? Or we could say that we already have the three pushes to the top side, right? And then this is where price gave us the change of character to continue going down into a downtrend, and we're still following that lower low, lower high, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Technically speaking, again, still haven't broken above the zone because it was just a testing candle above the 4-hour and the daily zone, right? No candle closures above. So until we don't see a candle closure above, technically speaking, these are still lower highs being made, right? At this point, they would be considered equal highs, right? So now in the 30-minute, well, let's go to the 4-hour. Right, in the 4-hour, we could still see we had low, high, right? I'm not really counting this as a significant pullback. I'm counting this as the entire trend, right? Lower low to where we're at now, making these highs, right? So as you can see here in the 4-hour, it looks like there's a lot more strength to the top side than the bottom at this point. So 30-minute, we have 2 days of rise. Today would be considered a third day, right? Which is going into Thursday. So we had a rise on Tuesday, rise today on Wednesday. Tomorrow we could be expecting price to give us a third day, right? So if price ends up giving us a third day and respects our zone, and we get again another change of character in a BOS, then that's when we could continue to see price going down to cover also our 30-minute gap that's here, right? And then ultimately to cover our trend, right? So overall, we're still looking for these downtrends, right? That's if price respects that zone. If price breaks above and gives us a change of character above, then we know that, hey, price is turning around. Expect price to continue going up. Right, and last but not least, Bitcoin. I'm not really a big fan of this one right now. We're just going sideways, but that's exactly what's expected. But let's look at the trajectory of Bitcoin in the last couple weeks, right? Anytime there's a couple days of no nuts, right, what ends up happening? Price explodes. Boom. It goes crazy, goes up, and then goes right back down, right? So every single time there's a zone of consolidation, right, price ends up going somewhere. So that's what we're just waiting for, right? Every time there's a zone of consolidation, price just explodes to where it needs to go every single time. So that's what we're just waiting for here, right? And the reason I'm saying I'm not a fan, because it's just when you're not giving me something crystal clear, I try to stay away. But we know what we're looking for on Bitcoin, right? So daily time frame, at this point, we knew price was gonna want to retest the top of consolidation, which it did. Ended up closing right below our 4-hour zone again, testing the zone, and that's exactly where we're at. So could we expect Bitcoin to give us a nice pullback again to go back into our zone to then continue to see price go up? Absolutely. So at this point, we're just waiting. It's a waiting game, and we'll see what happens. But that's the class. I'll upload this and I'll have it up on YouTube in a few minutes here.